Welcome back to the Super Rare Coins channel, your place to discover the hidden value and rare facts about old coins. In today's video, we're revealing the top 6 valuable coins, and one of them might just be in your collection. So don't skip this video, let's find out their real worth. Top 1. The 1980 dime belongs to the Roosevelt dime series, first introduced in 1946 to honor Franklin D. Roosevelt, designed by John R. Sinek. The 1980p dime is notable because 1980 was the first year the U.S. Mint began using the P mint mark on dimes from the Philadelphia Mint. Before 1980, dimes minted in Philadelphia typically had no mint mark. They were just assumed to be from Philadelphia. This transition gives the 1980p dime a first-year mint mark. Significance: a small but meaningful historical fact for numismatists and collectors seeking to complete mint mark sets. At AS for technical specs. The coin is made of a clad composition. Copper-nickel copper core, with nickel cladding, weighs about 2.27 grams, and has a diameter of roughly 17.9 mm. The reverse of the coin features the familiar torch, oak branch and olive branch design symbolizing liberty, strength, and peace graphic highlighting. 1946 Roosevelt dime begins, and then 1980 first P mint mark on Philadelphia dimes show obverse and reverse images as you narrate. For many circulating coins, common dates like 1980 don't draw much attention. And indeed, the 1980p dime was mass-produced about 7351700 were minted at Philadelphia that year. But for collectors trying to build a complete set of Roosevelt dimes by mint mark and date, having the P dime from 1980 represents a kind of historical first. Another factor that sometimes raises interest is when a specimen shows exceptional strike quality. For example, a well-defined reverse with full sharpness on the torch bands, so-called full bands. Such features can make even common date dimes more desirable among advanced collectors. The AS will see common 1980p dimes, even in decent condition, are not rare in the sense of commanding high premiums. Their value is driven mostly by condition, collector demand, and in rare cases strike quality or errors. Coin collectors and dealers use standard grading scales, adjectival like good, very fine, extremely fine, etc., or numeric like MS 70 to describe condition. When someone says a coin is extra fine, it generally means the coin shows wear but retains much of its detail. Rim details, design elements, though high spots may show some smoothing. Such a coin is above very fine used coin condition, but below uncirculated mint state. For a 1980p dime, in about uncirculated condition, if it is well struck, clean, with no major damage, it stands a chance of being slightly more interesting to a collector than a worn circulated dime. But because so many 1980p dimes were minted, YEF alone does not automatically mean high value. According to one coin value site, a typical 1980p Roosevelt dime in average circulated condition is only worth its face value 10 cents, while high mint state examples uncirculated may fetch around $3.03. More detailed guides show that for 1980p dimes, value depends a lot on strike type and quality. A regularly struck 1980p in uncirculated condition might sell for a few dollars, but an example with full bands, sharp torch bands at high grade, can command more, sometimes significantly more than a plain specimen. As of the latest data, 2025, many 1980p dimes remain common and are of modest value. According to one chart, uncirculated regular strike versions can fetch maybe a few dollars or somewhat higher if graded. Another source suggests that only rare premier examples, for instance, with exceptional strike, no wear, and perhaps even a recognized error or special variety, tend to draw collector interest beyond a token premium. Bottom line, if your 1980p dime is just extra fine and not uncirculated or specially struck, its value over face is likely minimal, maybe a little above a dime or a few cents to $1 or $2, depending on demand and buyer. Only if it's uncirculated and in high grade or has desirable attributes does it have a better chance at a few dollars or more. Show side by side of a worn 1980p dime versus a sharp uncirculated one. Then overlay a value range bar 10 cents, $3.5 regular more if full bands. One common misconception among non-collectors: this date is from 1980, so it must be rare valuable. That's not correct. Because of the huge mintage 735 million, 1980p dimes are common in circulated form. Similarly, extra fine or XF condition does not guarantee significant value. Unless the coin is uncirculated, well struck, and possibly graded by a reputable grading service, the premium over face value is usually small for modern clad dimes. Post-1965, there is no silver content. So there is no intrinsic precious metal value. Unlike pre-1965 silver dimes, the value is purely numismatic, i.e., how much a collector is willing to pay. Therefore, unless your dime is special uncirculated high grade, sharp strike, possibly full bands or other desirable variety, it's unlikely to be big money. The two main value drivers for a 1980p dime are condition/grade and strike quality variety. A gem grade coin with strong strike can interest collectors or dealers more than a worn dime. Also, if a coin exhibits a minting error, though none well documented from 1980 are widely recognized, or some unusual variety, it could attract more attention. Collectors often prize rare mistakes or oddities, but for 1980p, such cases are not common. If you're serious about checking the potential value, consider having the coin professionally graded by a recognized grading service, and check whether it has full band, sharp torch band details that can make a big difference in what a collector might pay. Also, preserve the coin carefully. Avoid cleaning, scratching, or handling with bare hands, because condition matters a lot for collector value. The 1980p Roosevelt dime in extra fine condition? It's a piece of U.S. mint history. The first year, the Philadelphia Mint used the P mark on dimes, which gives it a small but real collectible interest. But because so many were minted, a typical 1980p dime, especially in worn or average condition, is usually worth no more than a few cents or a few dollars at best. Top 2. The value of the 1983p dime. We must look at the history behind the Roosevelt dime series. After the death of President Franklin Delano Roosevelt in 1945, the U.S. Mint decided to honor him with a new dime. In 1946, Roosevelt was the founder of the famous March of Dimes, which raised money to fight polio, and that's why the dime was chosen for him. Important facts about the Roosevelt dime introduced. 1946. Designer John R. Cena. Composition since 1965. 75% copper and 25% nickel clad. Weight 2.27 grams. Diameter 17.9 millimeters. The Roosevelt dime has been one of the longest-running coin designs in U.S. history. The year 1983 is especially interesting for U.S. coins because there were no official mint sets released by the U.S. Mint that year. This makes high-grade coins from circulation harder to find. The dime was produced in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, San Francisco. Mintage of 1983. P dime 647,025,000 coins, over 647 million pieces. Might sound like a lot, but very few survived in high-grade condition because no uncirculated mint sets were issued. Most coins entered full circulation nickel-clad coins, where very few people saved modern coins in the 1980s. This is why a 1983 P dime in extra fine condition is considered a good collectible even though millions were minted. Finding a high-grade 1983 P dime is not easy. Reasons: no official mint sets in 1983 circulation was heavy. Most coins show significant, where only a small percentage survived in XF, AU, or uncirculated condition. Error coins from 1983 are very popular among collectors. So even an extra fine coin from 1983 holds value in the modern coin market. Your 1983p dime is in extra fine condition, which means only light, where Roosevelt's hair shows clear detail, strong rims on both sides, letters and numbers, sharp minor marks from circulation, looks close to AU quality. Most 1983 dimes look worn out today, so XF grade is considered collectible. The most important question: how much is a 1983p dime worth today? The updated market value chart. Normal 1983p dime value: extra fine 20 cents to 40 cents, almost uncirculated 50 cents to $1. Uncirculated MS60, MS63 $1 to $5. High grade MS65 $20 to $50. Top grade MS67 $250 to $600 auction prices. The biggest value comes from high grades and rare errors. Collectors pay big money for error coins from 1983. The most valuable errors you should look for: off-center strike error value, $50 to $250. Double die obverse reverse value. $40 to $200 missing clad layer, copper exposed. Value. $100 to $350 broad strike uncentered strike value. $40 to $150. Clip planchet error value. $20 to $80. Wrong planchet error value. $300 to $1,000. If your 1983 dime has any of these errors, it becomes a high-value collectible. The 1983 dime is becoming more valuable because no mint sets were made. High-grade coins are extremely hard to find. Error coins from 1983 are in high demand. Modern collectors are investing in 1980s and 1990s coins. This makes the 1983 dime a good long-term investment, especially in XF or better conditioned at SO friends. The 1983 United States one dime may look small and ordinary, but its background history and scarcity and high grade make it a great collectible coin. If your coin is extra fine, clean, error-free, or possibly an error, or close to AU, or uncirculated. Top 3. The value of the 1986 D dime. We must first understand the history of the Roosevelt dime series. After the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt in 1945, the U.S. Mint decided to honor him by placing his portrait on the 10-cent coin. Roosevelt played a huge role in the March of Dimes campaign, which raised money for polio research. The first Roosevelt dime entered circulation in 1946. Important historical facts: composition since 1965. 75% copper and 25% nickel, weight 2.27 grams. Diameter 17.9 millimeters, edge. Reeded, designer John R. Cynic. The dime became the most common small coin in the U.S., but specific years and mint marks still hold special value, including our main topic, the 1986 D dime. The 1986 dime was produced in 3 places: Philadelphia, Denver, San Francisco. Proof. Coins. The Denver Mint produced the majority mintage of the 1986 D dime, 673,535,000 pieces. That's more than 673 million dimes. Does a coin minted in such high numbers become valuable? Yes, but only when condition, errors, or rarity factors come into play. This video, we're focusing on 1986 D dime in extra fine condition. This condition means light, where all major details remain sharp. The portrait of Roosevelt is fully visible, strong rims, and lettering, smooth surface, with minor friction marks. Collectors always pay more for high-grade coins. Even though millions were minted, finding a 1986 D dime in extra fine, AU, or uncirculated condition is becoming rare because most were used heavily in circulation. Nickel-clad coins were down fast. Few people saved modern dimes from the 1980s. Many were lost, damaged, or melted in bulk processing, so high-grade pieces are now increasing in demand. The most important question: what is its value today? Current market value: extra fine condition, extra fine 20 cents to 40 cents, almost uncirculated 50 cents to $1, uncirculated MS 60, MS 63 $1 to $3, high-grade MS 65 $10 to $40, MS 67. Premium grade auction prices: $200, $600. But here's where the big value comes: rare error varieties of 1986 D dime. Collectors pay high money for errors off center strike. $50 to $150 double die obverse, $40 to $200. Clip planchet $20 to $80, blank planchet $10 to $30. Broad strike error $50, wrong planchet error $300 to $1,000. So check your coin. Even a normal coin becomes valuable if it has a special error. The answer is yes, but only if your coin is XF or higher, your coin has sharp details, or if it has a minting error. The value of modern U.S. coins is rising because collectors are now focusing on transitional and late 20th century coins. This means prices may continue to grow over the next 5 to 10 years. To SO friends, the 1986 D1 dime may look like an ordinary coin, but the truth is, in high grade or with errors, it can bring surprisingly strong value. If you have this coin in extra fine or uncirculated condition, keep it safe inside a plastic holder. You never know when the market might push its price higher. Top 4. The 1996 dime. We begin with the history of the famous Roosevelt dime series. After President Franklin D. Roosevelt passed away In 1945, the U.S. Mint honored him by placing his portrait on the dime. In 1946, Roosevelt led the legendary March of Dimes campaign, which helped millions fight polio, so the dime was chosen in his memory. Important facts about the Roosevelt dime: first minted 1946, designer John R. Cynic, metal composition since 1965, copper nickel clad, weight 2.27 grams, diameter 17.9 millimeters, edge reeded. The Roosevelt dime is one of the longest-running coin designs in U.S. history and remains in circulation today. The year 1996 is special in U.S. coinage. It marked the 50th anniversary of the Roosevelt dime series, so the U.S. Mint produced a special 1996 West Dime West Point Mint for collectors only. But today, we're talking about the regular circulation coin 1996 P dime minted at Philadelphia. Mint mark P, total mintage 1,421,163,000 coins. Over 1.4 billion pieces, even though this number is huge. Finding clean, high-grade pieces today is not as easy as it seems. There are 3 reasons why collectors look for 1996 P dimes: modern high-grade scarcity. Most 1996 dimes circulated heavily. Nickel-clad coins wear down quickly, and after 28 years, XF or AU pieces are not so easy to find. 50th anniversary year 1996 is an anniversary year for the Roosevelt dime series, making all 1996 dimes more collectible. Error coins from 1996 are highly valuable. Collectors search for minting mistakes that can bring big money. Your 1996 P dime is in extra fine condition, which means light wear on the high points. Roosevelt's hair clearly visible, rims strong, and full lettering sharp and readable. Smooth but clean surface, good eye appeal. Most 1996 dimes you see today are worn out, so an XF coin is considered collectible. The big question: the 1996 P dime worth today. The updated market value chart based on condition: normal 1996 P dime value, extra fine 20 cents to 40 cents, almost uncirculated 50 cents to $1, uncirculated MS60, MS63 $1 to $4, high grade MS65 $10 to $25, premium grade MS67 $200 to $400, auction level top population MS68 $700 to $1,200. The big money is only in high-grade coins or rare error pieces. The most valuable errors found on 1996 P dimes. These errors can make your dime worth big money. Off center strike error. Value: $40 to $200. Broad strike uncentered strike value: $30 to $120. Double die obverse value: $40 to $150. Double die reverse value: $50 to $200. Missing clad layer value: $100 to $300. Clip planchet error value: $25 to $80. Wrong planchet error struck on penny or foreign planchet. Value: $300 to $1,000. If your coin has any of these errors, you might have a valuable treasure in your hands. The 1996 P dime a good investment? Yes, especially in high grades. Yes, if your coin has a minting error. Yes, because modern U.S. clad coins are rising in value. Yes, because 1996 is an anniversary year. Collectors now focus heavily on coins from 1982,000, making this dime a smart coin to save for the future. Top 5. The 2001 P dime. We start with the history of the Roosevelt dime series. After President Franklin D. Roosevelt passed away in 1945, the U.S. Mint honored him by placing his portrait on the dime in 1946. Why the dime? Because Roosevelt championed the March of Dimes Foundation, which helped millions fight polio. Important historical facts about the Roosevelt dime. First struck 1946, designer John R. Cynic, material since 1965, copper nickel clad composition, 75% copper, 25% nickel, weight 2.27 grams, diameter 17.9 millimeters, edge reeded. The 1980s and early 2000s, Roosevelt dimes became extremely common in circulation, but certain years, including 2001 P, hold special collector interest. Today, the year 2001, the United States Mint produced dimes at 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, San Francisco. The 2001 P Mint mark indicates this dime was struck in Philadelphia. Mintage of the 2001 P dime: 1,462,000,000 coins. Yes, over 1.4 billion pieces. With such a high mintage, how can this dime be rare? Because the rarity depends on condition survival rate. Collector demand special minting errors. And today an extra fine 2001p dime is not easy to find, because most circulated for 20 years modern nickel-clad coins, where quickly few high-quality pieces survived. Only a small percentage were kept in mint condition. This is why collectors are paying more attention to coins like the 2001p dime. When we talk about your 2001 p dime in extra fine condition, it means light, where on the highest points Roosevelt's hair details, still sharp strong rim and lettering. No major scratches, full details visible. Slight luster still present. XF coins look close to uncirculated, and because the coin is more than 20 years old, an XF grade is a valuable find. Collectors today are shifting interest from older silver coins to modern clad rarities, especially those from 1990 to 2005, because many modern coins were made in massive numbers, but rarely saved in high grades. This means high-grade coins become scarce. Error coins become extremely valuable. Market value increases each year. The 2001p dime is part of this growing trend. This is what everyone wants to know. How much is a 2001p dime worth today? Let's break it down by condition and era type. Normal 2001p dime market value extra fine 20 cents to 35 cents almost uncirculated, 50 cents to $1 uncirculated, MS60, MS63, $1 to $3 high grade, MS65 $6 to $15, premium grade MS67 $120 to $300 auction level. So the biggest value comes from high-graded or error pieces. If your 2001 p dime has any of these mint errors, it could bring big money. Off-center strike value $50 to $250, double die obverse reverse value $40 to $200, missing clad layer value $100 to $300, broad strike error value $40 to $120, clip planchet value $20 to $80, wrong planchet error value $250 to $1,000. These errors are the key to big profits. Yes, especially in higher grade like XF, AU, or uncirculated. The population of high-grade 2001p dimes is dropping. Collectors are focusing more on modern eras. Graded coins are selling for increasing values. Even common-day dimes are getting attention. This coin is becoming more valuable with time. That the United States one dime from 2001p may look like an ordinary modern coin, but in extra fine condition, it's already a collectible piece. If you have this coin, store it safely. Check for errors. Consider grading if it looks very sharp, because the modern coin market is growing fast, and today's cheap dime may become tomorrow's valuable treasure. Top 6. The 2003 D dime. We start with the background of the Roosevelt dime series. After President Franklin D. Roosevelt passed away in 1945, the U.S. Mint honored him by placing his portrait on the dime. In 1946, that Roosevelt was the leader of the famous March of Dimes Foundation, which helped millions fight polio, so the dime was chosen to represent his legacy. Key details of the Roosevelt dime. First struck 1946. Designer John R. Sinnott. Composition since 1965. 75% copper, 25% nickel. Diameter 17.9 mm. Weight 2.27 grams. This iconic coin has been in circulation for over 75 years and remains unchanged today. The 2003 D dime was issued by the Denver Mint. The D mint mark can be found on the obverse side next to Roosevelt's neck. Mintage of the 2003 D dime 1. 361, 440. 000 coins. That's over 1.3 billion pieces produced. So you may be thinking, how can such a common coin be rare? The answer lies in grade condition survival rate. Collector trends. Error varieties. Market demand. Many 2003 dimes circulated heavily for years, meaning high-grade XFAU and MS dimes are harder to find today. There are 3 major reasons collectors pay attention to the 2003 D dime. Modern high-grade scarcity coins from 2000 to 2005 were minted in large numbers, but few people saved them in clean, sharp condition. Denver Mint quality differences. Denver-made coins sometimes show stronger strikes, but also unique mint errors. Growing demand for modern clad coins. Collectors today focus heavily on post-1990 U.S. coins. High-grade and era 2003 D-dimes are gaining value every year. A dime in extra fine condition is much better than normal circulation quality. Your 2003 D-dime is XF if the hair above Roosevelt's ear shows detail light, whereas visible but not heavy rims are sharp. Letters are bold. The coin still has some shine after 21 years in circulation. Finding this coin in XF condition is not very common, which makes it collectible. The most important question, the 2003 D-dime worth today. Let's break down the real market value by grade. Normal 2003 D-dime value extra fine 20 cents to 40 cents. Almost uncirculated 30 cents to 75 cents. Uncirculated MS60, MS63, $1 to $3. High grade MS65 $8 to $20. Premium grade MS67 $120 to $250. Top grade MS68 $400 to $800. This is where the big value appears in super high grade or rare era coins. The most exciting parts of modern U.S. coins is mint errors. The 2003 D-dime has several rare errors that can bring serious value. $50 to $25 broad strike error value, $40 to $120 double die obverse value, $30 to $150 plus double die reverse value, $40 to $180 missing clad layer copper showing value, $100 to $350 clipped planchet error value, $20 to $80. Wrong planchet error example. Dime struck on a cent planchet value, $350 to $1,000. If your dime has any of these rare errors, it becomes a high-value collectible. The 2003 D-dime a good coin to save. Yes, modern dimes are rising in value. Yes, high-grade XF or 2003 Australian dollars D pieces are getting harder to find. Yes, error varieties sell for big money. Yes, collectors are now focusing on post-2000 U.S. coins. So even though this dime is modern, it's a smart long-term collectible. The United States of America, one dime 2003 D in extra fine condition may look like a small and simple coin, but it carries surprising collector interest. If your coin is clean, well-detailed, error-free, or even better has a rare mint error, or close to AU, or uncirculated, then store it carefully, because the modern coin market is growing fast, and today's common dime may become tomorrow's valuable treasure. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like, comment your coin date, subscribe for more rare coin videos. This is Super Rare Coins, and I'll see you in the next video.